there is a big difference between a 6 or 8 foot Warhol on the wall behind me than showing you whatever the NFT is, whether it's a monkey or not.
My experience with Art Basel is through the art of Ross Ulbricht. I was the operations leader for Free Ross DAO, which is I guess at Art Basel Miami, like a famous piece of fractionalized art. So in terms of fractionalization, when it comes to blockchain, first of all, what are your opinions on NFTs? Like there's a lot of varied opinions on that, especially now that monkey JPEGs are the predominant form of NFT. But so first of all, those opinions are I'm curious to what they are. And also when you're talking about fractionalization and losing the utility, do you like the opportunity that blockchain can represent in terms of bringing some of the utility back in terms of like limited licensing rights to members and that sort of thing?
Yeah, it's such a good question, and one that I've talked about ad nauseum with friends and colleagues. Me, Max, I don't see a intrinsic long-lasting value in NFTs because of the ability for a lot of non-artistic people to produce them in mass quantities. Yes, you can limit what people get based on how they open it. It's like a print run, right? If I do a print of that and I make the run 50 plus a few artist proofs, it's going to be worth far more than if I did it at 5,000. So there is that limitation that the makers of the NFTs or producers of the NFTs can make on each work. But basically, I find it the same problem for me with the companies that are fractionalizing real art. I'm sorry, not real art, but tangible art, actual art. Mm-hmm. There is a big difference between a 6 or 8 foot Warhol on the wall behind me than showing you whatever the NFT is, whether it's a monkey or not. I get that the monkey is a popular thing. It's here now. It's a thing. But
I feel like
people that. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I feel like we get to right to the head of it where we talk about scarcity, really, because that's a big part of it. Scarcity kind of drives the bus, right? Like, and I'd love to talk to you in detail in the future about dead or alive, right? Like,
yes.
Artists that are.
That's a good one.
Dead versus alive versus, the other financial aspects of it, which we obviously could talk for hours about, but the scarcity is the thing that I see. Now, I do love the concept of maybe marrying the two, the NFT to the actual piece, so that you have provenance, so you could protect from any, theft in the future of that piece of art. We'd know how or who owns that specific piece. That would be, I'd feel a little safer than just having it hanging on the back of the wall. Potentially. Thoughts on that, maybe? Smart contracts, or at least being able to put it on chain?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I shortchanged Mark on the answer a little bit. I remember my oldest son coming to me and being like, "Dad, there are these NFTs that are coming out that are golf carts." He liked this particular golfer, and that golfer launched an NFT of him winning a tournament, hitting a ball, or whatever, no different than a baseball card except an NFT. And the starting price was, a couple $100. And by the time the frenzy had stopped, they were going for a couple $1,000. So I think what Mark's original point was in asking me how I feel about them. I think that the short-term gain on some of the NFTs are worth it. I just worry about longer term investments based in NFTs. I guess that's the long and short of my answer. and I didn't mean to sort of go off on a tangent before. I think that's an important point, because I did have that experience with my son of being like, oh my God, we got to get these, so I have to have them. And I think we bought one for $300 and sold it a month later for $600. I mean, yay, great. But I couldn't have been happier to have been out of it. That was my visceral reaction to being out of it, despite the fact that he and I split $150 each. So, but yeah.
Hey, thanks for watching The Merge. We've got a ton more stuff for you to watch on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok, everywhere. Check us out.